We are gonna get some bees out of a trash can. They're probably all just like hanging from the lid. And we're gonna take the lid off and get them out of there. These all have like new larvae in them.
How did you first get into bees?
My husband, when I met him 10 years ago, had this like bucket list of all the things he wanted to do, like get goats, get bees. And so I bought him a beekeeping book, and then I wanted to read it just to make sure that it was good. And I just started reading about bees, and I kind of just fell in love with bees because they're so cool. And then when I moved back here, I moved in with my dad at first, and he just has this really big like canyon backyard. And so I just kind of looked at it and I went, I could have bees back here. Basically, I just responded to an ad on Craigslist saying that they had bees in their house, and I went and did a swarm removal for someone, just like learned by watching YouTube videos. The people thought we were insane because we showed up without a bee suit. My dad wore like a welding mask with like a sheet wrapped around his head. And we did get the bees, but something happened where we didn't get the queen. I lost that colony like a few months later because they were queenless, so that was kind of like my first big mistake, was not realizing that they didn't have their queen. A garden group asked me if I would teach a beekeeping class. They found out that I was keeping bees, and they asked me to teach a class, and I did, out of my dad's living room. That was in 2012, and since that time, I've been doing that class almost every single month. That was my intro to beekeeping class, and it's like a 3 or 4 hour lecture. That was the beginning of it really looking a lot more like a business, because there was this kind of steady income that was scheduled out happening. I didn't really need the income because I still had my 40-hour-a-week office job. But it got to the point where I'm teaching bee classes on the weekends. I'm doing bee removals like every waking second. Like I was basically catching swarms on my lunch break at work. And I was finally like, I have to get out of this office job. Like I'm just gonna take the leap. And once I did, I realized I probably should have done it sooner because it was really holding me back, and I had been saying no to a lot of opportunities.
Where did the name Girl Next Door Honey come from?
What I ended up doing when I first started the business was that I was taking bees and I was putting them next door. I was putting them in other people's backyards. So I wanted this kind of neighborhood theme. And then a lot of people were just reacting really strongly to finding out that I was a beekeeper. So I would meet someone and they'd say, what do you do? And I would say, I'm a beekeeper. Like their mouth would be on the floor kind of thing. And so I just thought it was this kind of neat tie-in. Like most of the bees in the beehive are female. I'm female. People don't necessarily expect me to be a beekeeper. And then we're both next door, you know, because I'm putting the bees next door, and then I'm coming over to manage the hives and that kind of thing. So I just thought it was kind of fun. I have a book coming out, and I'm really super excited about that. And I get messages from people a lot who say, like, I used to be afraid of bees, and now I'm not anymore. Like, I just saved a bee from my pool today, and I used to smash them. And I know those are little things, but it feels like those little things almost matter more than big policy changes that are not happening in this country. It almost feels like more real just to get these little messages that I change someone's perspective, and then I just hope that that collectively builds up into something bigger. Working with kids, working with people who don't know anything about bees and changing their minds, that's kind of what I like to do the best.